We welcome you back to Thousand Oaks and Sparky Anderson Field as the Conejo Oaks enter the final stretch of the 2024 season. I'm Max Schwartzberg, joined by Josh Mechanic in the broadcast booth, ready to take you through this evening's contest against the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Oaks are currently enjoying first place of the CCL South with a 22-9 record, while the Saints are battling for a postseason push and trail the Conejo by 5 games in third place at 17-14. The last time these two clubs met was Friday, although the game and its outcome are unofficial as it was suspended with the Saints up 18-12 in the bottom of the 8th due to the lights turning off in Pasadena. The Oaks are nearing clinching the number 1 seed in the South, which would give them the wild card bye and place them straight in the CCL South Division Championship. Josh, what will the Oaks have to do to stay hot today?
They just got to continue to do what they've been doing offensively. That's getting those big innings. We saw yesterday a 4 spot in the 3rd inning and then a 7 spot in the 5th. As long as the Oaks are driving in runs, we know that they're going to be successful because they just got to continue to ride this pitching staff that has been excellent. Only 4 earned runs allowed last night against the Barons, and they've just been dominant all summer.
Absolutely. Ryan Humphreys, the Oaks ace, on the bump today. This could be kind of what we see come the postseason. A lot of expectations, a lot of discussion on who's going to be the starter, and I know there's a lot of talk about Ryan Humphreys, who's been excellent for the Oaks all season long. His ERA, it just speaks for itself, a 1.31 over 20 2/3 innings. The whip at 0.871. The guy is just simply unhittable, as he's been all season long. Well, as he gets those warm-up pitches going, I'll take you through the visiting Arroyo Seco Saints starting 9. Jacob Shart leads off. He'll be the designated hitter with Easton Elliott at shortstop batting second. Jake Burge will do the catching batting third with Joey Craig in the cleanup spot in right field. The other Joey Donnelly in left field, will bat fifth with Josh Livingston, the first baseman, batting sixth. Adrian Lopez will be at third base batting seventh with Crew McChesney in center field batting eighth with Cam Conley rounding out the starting 9 at second base, and the pitcher, Trajan Lee. As I mentioned in the pregame discussion, the Oaks and the Saints last met Friday, but it was just a 4-hour game that kind of a lot of delays. The umpire ended up getting injured. Then the lights were going to turn off at 10 p.m., so they had to call it after the Oaks had an 8-run top half of the 8th inning. So kind of just craziness all the way around. We'll see if we actually do have to play that game. It kind of depends on if it will matter, as we are literally amidst the very last week of the season. Hard to believe. This is game 32 in CCL play today.
Really is hard to believe. This season has flown by, and with a week to go, the Oaks sitting at first place in the CCL South.
Lefty to lefty with Jacob Shart. Humphreys' first pitch coming up. And it's fouled back and we're underway. 4:35 first pitch this afternoon. Shard at .315 and .937 OPS leads the Saints with 4 home runs. That's tied with Alex Burge, who bats third for Arroyo Seco. A lot of power in this lineup for the Saints. Breaking ball fouled off to the left, out of play, and Humphreys jumps ahead early.
And I believe those 4 home runs are tied for the CCL South lead. Shart been an excellent hitter any way you slice it this summer.
Humphreys looking for strikeout numero uno. Here's the 0-2. And he gets it. Fastball in the outside corner, dotted. First strikeout in as many attempts for Ryan Humphreys this afternoon.
Excellent pitch from Humphreys. He's got a pretty good arm side runner in his fastball. And with him getting the call a couple inches off the plate, no chance for these hitters.
Now the shortstop, Easton Elliott, also over 300 at .307. 27 hits, tied for first place on the Saints. Fastball misses or catches the knees. Kind of a late strike call from the home plate umpire.
Did appear to be a late call, and it also appeared to be a couple baseballs down, but hitting his location, and nice job behind the plate by George Baker.
That's also in there for strike 2. Humphrey started that game on Friday, and we kind of talked about it in Pasadena. a lot of lefties in this lineup for the Saints, and it kind of works to their disadvantage when facing the Oaks, and specifically Ryan Humphreys. He's always going to be a tough matchup, but especially when you got to go lefty to lefty and the majority of your lineup is from that side, it can't be in your favor. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the day for Ryan Humphreys. Fastball blew by him.
All fastballs for Humphreys to start this one. He's really hitting his locations well.
So this will bring up Burge. 982 OPS, first place on the Saints. Another left-handed matchup. All three of the starting 1-2-3 punch for the Saints from the left side. Shows to bunt and takes strike one.
7 fastballs from Humphreys to start.
Nothing but heat for so far. 0-1. Strike two. Fastball in the corner. Ryan Humphreys so far really feeling good up on the mound. 2 strikeouts in the inning and looking for number 3.
Ballpark on the edge of their seat.
0-2. He got him! It's an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts for Ryan Humphreys. And the teammates will greet him as he walks off the mound. An absolute dominant electric kickstart to this one from Spark Anderson Field. Fastball at 91. 3 punch outs in the inning. We'll see you in the bottom of the inning. Back here, bottom of the first inning, and a really exciting start. In case you're just joining us, Ryan Humphreys threw 9 pitches, struck out 3 batters, and it was an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and definitely a really cool momentum start to this one as Jack Brooks leads us off here in the bottom of the inning. Austin Creel will follow with Justin Rubin, Nick Leahy, George Baker, Jordan King, Cooper Sheff, Tanner Baltowski, and Lucas Danielwitz. Jack Brooks standing in, takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate for a strike. 90 miles an hour from Trajan Lee, Pasadena starter. A 1 misses up and away. Brooks riding a really hot streak, leads the team in home runs. It came in the last week. He had a 2-homer week and did get here a little bit late, and he also started off pretty slow for the team, but has since really found his home in the 2 spot as the fastball tails a little too far outside. 2-1, the count to Jack.
Today, Brooks moves up to the leadoff role with Tommy Kendlinger getting a day off. This is something that Jack has done really well all summer. Been having really patient plate appearances and is not afraid to take his walks.
15 strikeouts to 17 walks. Really good split in general. 3-1 pitch, fouled straight back. Big swing from Jack. Outfield straightaway for Brooks. Power to all fields. Payoff from Lee. And a swing and a miss. He blew 90 by Jack Brooks. First strikeout for Trajan Lee here in the inning.
Now batting for the Oaks, left fielder, number 4, Austin Carrillo.
Austin Carrillo has been excellent for the Oaks all summer, but as of late has been struggling just a little bit. Did pick it up yesterday's game against the Barons and had a 3-hit day. We'll see if he can keep that momentum going forward for the rest of the summer.
Still 329 average and 948 OPS. His struggling is definitely a lot different to other hitters. Breaking ball at the knees for strike 1 to Austin. Pretty sharp movement right there.
I thought it was maybe a cutter, yeah.
Carrillo sends this one high in the air to left field, into foul territory. Left fielder Donnelly is there, but he cannot make the catch. A little too far out of his reach. And Carrillo gets a second life, but is down 0-2. "25 walks to 14 strikeouts for Austin." And just to give you guys perspective about how amazing this offense has been all season long, of course, aside from that Sunday shutout at Slow, a .393 team on base percentage. That's absolutely unheard of, even if you're talking about summer ball. Carrillo looking to battle back, down 0-2. Lined and caught at third base. Adrian Lopez is there to retire Austin for out number 2.
Not a bad swing from Austin. 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer half. Didn't hit the hardest. Was a line drive, but caught by the third baseman.
Justin Rubin standing in. Rubin had been the team leader in batting average, but then Nick Leahy was unconscious yesterday. 6 hits, 6 for 6, and now he leads the team with a .442 average.
Holy.
Justin Rubin still standing in there at .382. Ahead here, 2-0. And he takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, 2-1. Good velocity at 91 from Lee.
Lee's got a pretty lively fastball. Been sitting around 91.
3.24 ERA over 25 frames for Trajan Lee. 2-1 pitch. Misses just outside. Sitting right around 90 miles an hour today.
He's got some good rise on his fastball as well. Makes it seem harder to the hitters.
Good hitters count to a good hitter. 3-1 to Ruben. On the hands and grounded softly to shortstop Elliott. On the run, fires across to retire Justin for out number 3. Well, both starters trade 1, 2, 3 innings here in the first. We head to the top of the second. Scoreless from Sparky Anderson Field. Top of the second inning from Sparky Anderson Field. Scoreless on both sides. It'll be 4-5-6 for the Saints. Ryan Humphreys started this game with some fireworks, an immaculate inning. Threw 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and got 3 strikeouts. Humphreys continues his excellent summer. He entered today leading the Oaks with that 1.31 ERA as a starter. And I'm sure come playoff time he'd be in the discussion for who's going to start one of those games. Joey Craig leading off. Ball 1.
Immediate regression. Pull him. He's done.
I think he's washed. Of course, we're just kidding. 1-0. Right back in there with the strike. Looked like a changeup. On the inside corner in their first strike. 1-2.
Good location from Humphreys. Some words coming from the Saints dugout, but it looked to be a good spot.
It was a strike according to our TrackMan zone. 1-2. Way upstairs. George Baker saving the home plate umpire's face. Good reach up there from the backstop.
Really not a bad location on 1 and 2 from Humphreys. Doesn't need to throw a strike there, and when you're going with a high fastball, better to miss out of the zone than middle, a 1-2 count.
First full count of the day for Ryan Humphreys. Pitch is swung on and missed. Make it 4 up, 4 strikeouts, and 4 set down to start off the outing for Ryan Humphreys.
Now batting for the Saints, left fielder, number 17.
Humph is just mowing down these hitters,
Connolly.
throwing primarily fastballs as well. He's thrown 2 or 3 maybe. Breaking balls are all speed pitches.
Ball one.
It's not a lot of spin on Humphrey's fastball, but he's definitely got good life.
It's got a lot of run. It might not look like it rises as much, but I think the run and the high velocity tends to make up. Breaking ball, catching the corner for a strike. Another lefty-to-lefty matchup. 4 out of the first 5 hitters from the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. That'll miss upstairs. Looked like the breaking ball just getting a little bit of it out of the hand wrong. Two 1 pitch, fastball off the plate, and the count runs to 3 balls. So back-to-back 3-ball counts to start off the second inning for Humphreys.
Well, if the umpire was going to give him that, it would be a very long night for these Saints hitters. That pitch was well off the plate.
Similar location to where that breaking ball was called. Definitely both off. As the 3-1 is chopped right side, Jordan King, couple steps to his right, plays it on 2 hops and tosses over to Tanner Beltowski. 2 outs in the inning. Make it 5 up, 5 down for Humphreys.
Now batting for the Saints, first baseman, number 15, Josh Livingston.
So Josh Livingston, 3 home runs for the Saints, second on the team there, 325 average. Another left-handed bat, 5 of the first 6. And that's just kind of the nature of the Saints lineup. Just a really lefty-heavy roster. You don't usually see that, especially in the CCL. Oaks, of course, a lot more right-handed hitters. But lefty to lefty here with Josh Livingston at the hot corner first base for the Saints. First pitch misses upstairs, breaking ball too high from Humphreys. One 0 on the ground softly again to Jordan King. Slides over to his right and tosses across. Out number 3. 6 up, 6 down for Ryan Humphreys. We head to the bottom half of the second. Still scoreless from Thousand Oaks. Bottom of the second inning, Nick Leahy in his .442 batting average leading off for the Oaks. As mentioned, the 6 for 6 performance last night in Compton. The Oaks 14-4 win. against the MLB Academy?
16-4.
16-4. Sometimes you lose track when you score so many. First pitch fastball blown by Leahy at 88.
Leahy in the dugout yesterday was joking around a little bit with our very own Connor Mullen after his 5th hit of the game. Nick came back in the dugout, jokingly, obviously, and said, "Baseball is easy, huh?" I don't think so, Nick.
Yeah. I mean, all these guys understand that. It's one of the most humbling games out there.
What we saw last summer with Nick, hit below 200, but looked like he was hitting 400 with how hard he was hitting the baseball. He's just got incredibly unlucky, and he's come back out this summer and just been blistering balls left and right.
0-2.
It was the greatest individual performance I've seen up close from a CCL player. Because it was 6 barrels, just all parts of the field, left center, right field line, left field line.
As he sends this one the other way in right field, deep. Craig going back onto the track, and it's foul. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. It had the home run distance, but just slicing off the right-handed bat of Leahy.
That one cleared the fence in right field. Only 87 off the bat, but had the right launch angle, and we know with the jet stream here, that one can take it.
Oaks looking for their first runner of the game to reach base. And he fouls this one off to the right out of play.
Good spoil by Nick. Breaking ball did catch a little bit too much of the plate, but Leahy, with 2-strike mode, just fouling it away.
1-2, hammered out towards center field. McChesney going back into the right center field gap, still going, and he makes the catch and runs into the wall. Leahy gives it a ride, but it's out number 1 of the second.
What a swing again from Leahy. 98 off the bat, crushing it out to deep center field. But like we've seen in every matchup between the Oaks and Saints, Crew McChesney a vacuum out there in center field.
So now George Baker, who exited the game against the Ventura County Pirates after, I believe he was either 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, all extra base hits, 3 for 3. Looked like he was kind of limping around the bases. Of course, a precautionary in that blowout game, as he fouls this one off to the left.
George, if there was anything wrong with him, seems to be doing a lot better. Was doing all the catching drills prior to the game today. So if not 100%, clearly close enough to it that he can catch today.
You know, something interesting about baseball, I feel like kind of makes small worlds. My friend from high school, I played with him, his name's Carson. He played with George Baker in this thing called the Hank Aaron Invitational, like a national showcase, and kind of just shows how small the world could be. Fouled off at the plate. Baker out of the University of Louisville. Off to a .294 start in his first 8 games, 5 for 17. As this breaking ball misses downstairs and gets a piece of Burge behind the plate, but he appears to be okay.
Baker looking to earn himself a potentially starting role in a potential championship series for the Oaks.
1-2 pitch, misses outside. Looked like a changeup that just got away from Lee. Jordan King waits on deck for the Oaks.
It's a pretty hard changeup from Lee, 84.
Yeah. 2-2, and he blows the fastball by him. Second strikeout of the day for Lee, and now 5 up, 5 down.
That's good pitch sequencing by Lee. even though there is only 5-mile-an-hour difference between the fastball and changeup, he goes with the changeup to get George into a 2-strike hole, and then from the same arm slot, fires a fastball and it blows right past Baker.
So Jordan King now. And he grounds one sharply but foul down the first base line. Checking out his bat, looking to see if he broke it, but it appears to be okay. King playing in his 22nd game of the summer. One, really sharp move in there, and 1-2.
Cutter?
Cutter or slider?
Yeah. It's a good pitch.
It's pretty sharp, 83. That's pretty firm for a slider. I'd say it's cutter, right? 1-2. Goes back to it, but it misses too far outside.
See, that one looked more like a slider.
Was the RPM different?
I didn't notice, but it
Looks
just
pretty similar to me.
yeah, it looked like it moved a little bit more.
Two, and he blows the fastball by him at the top of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 in all for Trajan Lee. We head to the top of the third inning. Scoreless from Sparky Anderson Field. Top of the third inning. It'll be 7-8-9. Adrian Lopez, Crew McChesney, and Cam Conley. Ryan Humphreys has set down the first 6 hitters he's faced, as has the starter for the Saints, Trajan Lee. Lopez at .232 this summer. At the hot corner, third base. He shows the bunt, and he grounds it foul, third base way. 19 for his first 82. Does have a home run.
You just love the idea to lay down a bunt. No base runners yet for the Saints.
It's too early for them to tally it. This is like the 4th inning.
No, yeah, it's a good strategy, right, Trent?
You got to lock in Trent. 0-1 misses up and away. Well, Nick Leahy, after that leadoff bunt, not playing on the cut, but It looks like he's ready to crash at any moment.
Ooh. That changeup slipped out of his hand.
Lopez ahead 2-1. Fastball. Ooh, just outside. It did appear to miss, but we've been seeing that getting called all afternoon. Mostly with left-handed hitters. Now three ball counts to the last 3 of 4 hitters, or to 3 of the last 4 hitters. As this one's in the air to left center field, Brooks coming on. He will dive into the gap and make the catch. Jack Brooks says no.
Little Superman dive in center field by Brooks.
Now batting for the Saints,
All-out extension to make the play.
3.
There's that range that the Oaks have been getting all year in center field, whether it's Kenlinger or Brooks. Seems like every ball is caught that's in the gap.
Brooks had a beat on it since the second was hit. Great jumping. Able to get there with plenty of time. Good dive, too, as this has popped up. Leahy coming in, but Baker will dive and attempt the Superman. Hopefully he's okay. A little bit slow to get up.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
his shoulder. That's not good to see. It looked like he landed on his left shoulder or maybe on his wrist awkwardly. Could have been his wrist.
He's in a lot of pain. Josiah Chavez getting his gear on quickly. Oh, they're telling him to stop, Josiah.
So you think it was the wrist, Josh?
I believe that it was the wrist. Yeah, just based on what Yoshi's having him stretch out and stuff. Looks to be the wrist.
And he stays in. Well, these Oaks players, they love staying on the field and playing as hard as they can, no matter the fact that it's summer ball. And it shows right here. We've seen it a lot with Landon West getting banged up behind the plate. George Baker, Exhibit B, right there. Shows the bunt, pulls it back, takes down and away. Now the second consecutive hitter to at least show bunt. Didn't look like he was at all thinking about it. Kind of pulled back even before that ball looked to miss outside. Another lefty-to-lefty matchup here with Krugman Chesney. 1-1 breaking ball right in the outside corner.
He's got that zone more so against the left-handed hitters. Maybe 2 or 3 balls off the plate, but against the right-handed hitters, he's only getting about a ball length off.
One, two. Just 3 extra base hits for McChesney on the summer. 2-2, swing and a miss, blew it by him. Strikeout number 5 for Ryan Humphreys.
Now batting for the Saints, first baseman, number 5, Dan.
Hump's looking really good today. Even though he has fallen behind a few times in those 3-ball counts, seems like each time he's able to get back in the count and wind up winning.
So I'll bring up Cam Conley, second on the team in strikeouts with 29. And he jumps out of the way of a first pitch fastball riding inside from Ryan. First place on the strikeouts. That goes to Adrian Lopez, the 7-hitter, who lined out to Jack Brooks in left center field, the Superman-ish play to start off the inning. Bouncing in very far ahead, and good block from Baker. Goes in front of the chalk line ahead of the plate.
You always love to see catchers block balls that they really don't need to. With nobody on, George can just be lazy that time, but it's not how the Oaks want their players to play.
Chopped left side, Cooper Sheff plays it on 2 hops and slings to Tanner Beltowski for out number 3. 9 up, 9 down from Ryan Humphreys. We head to the bottom of the third, scoreless from Sparky Anderson Field. Back here, Cooper Sheff leading it off. It'll be 7-8-9. Cooper finally crawling out of a big slump, a midsummer slump. He started off red hot and earned himself a spot in the CCL All-Star game, but had a really tough stretch of games, and a lot of the fact was that he was getting unlucky, but he's really breaking out of it now as the 0-1 misses outside. Looked like a slider. When in doubt, asked Trent what the pitch was. There's another one, but that misses way out. 2-1. We've been getting really lucky with the weather lately. It's beautiful. It's of course, warm, and it's summer, so you would expect it to be good, but I feel like we could take it for granted. No clouds out right now. Really good baseball weather, at least up here where it's nice and shady and a lot cooler. 2-1, swung on and missed. Remember last summer in June, at least for me down in San Diego, it seemed like it was cloudy every single day. But remembering here this June in Thousand Oaks, it's been pretty much sunny all day long, all summer long. 3-2. Sheff works it full. Tanner Beltowski waits on deck with Lucas Danielewicz looming in the hole to round out the starting 9. A lot of kids in the dugout trying to talk to the players, or kids next to the dugout. Payoff to Sheff. And that is on the outside corner. Sheff knew it. 4th strikeout of the day for Trajan Lee.
Really good spot from Lee on that outside corner, freezing Cooper. No complaint from Sheff as that fastball got the corner.
Beltowski came in as a replacement or came in as a substitute for Tommy Kendlinger yesterday at the MLB Academy. And he swings and misses through a first pitch. Front door pitch, misses inside, 1-1. Beltowski 10 for his first, 43. This is game 20 for Tanner. 1-1 is popped up, but well foul off to the right. It almost hit this random runner. Huh.
That would have ruined their whole day.
Yeah, she's got AirPods in too. That could have been a string of bad events. 1-2 pitch. Outside. There's another 90. Wind pretty active, left to right here in the outfield. 2-2 to Tanner. And he hammers this one out towards right center field. Craig going back into the gap. He will reach up and make the catch right in front of the 370 sign. Tanner Beltowski gives it a ride, but it's out number 2.
That's the second time today that an Oaks player has crushed a ball into the gap in right center. It was Nick Leahy earlier going a little more dead central, and the play was made by McChesney on the warning track. This time it's the right fielder Craig taking away extra bases from Beltowski.
So that brings up Lucas Daniewicz, who also entered late yesterday. I do not believe he had an at-bat, but was a defensive replacement, or maybe he had one AB.
He did get an at-bat late.
Well, he had a string of at-bats against the Ventura County Pirates, 7 to be exact.
In one game.
Yeah.
7. It's wild.
I don't know if we announced this on the broadcast, or at least after the game we checked. The record in MLB is 8 at-bats in a game. Is that Houston Astros game, right, Trent, the 30-run game?
No, it's there's like 5 games where it's happened.
So Trent says it's happened in 5 games, but nobody's eclipsed the 9 mark. 8's been the ceiling. And Daniel's quickly fallen behind 0-2. Top of the order, Jack Brooks looms on deck. As this one's in the air to right center field. McChesney over towards the gap, a couple steps to his left. He makes the running grab. 9 up, 9 down for both starters here. We head to the top of the 4th inning, scoreless in the early pitcher's duel. Top of the fourth inning, top of the order, Jacob Shart for the Saints getting his second look. He struck out back in the first, part of that immaculate inning. As he grounds this one, fair, no, foul. And immediate disbelief in the dugout.
I thought that was fair too.
I thought that was insanely fair.
Look at
Oh, wow. Thank you. No, like, truthfully, I thought that was so fair. I said it. Usually I try to wait clearly for the umpire call, but to me that looked very much so a fair ball. But, hey, don't bite the bullet. 0-1 is fouled off to the left out of play, and just like that, Hump jumps ahead 0-2.
it had so much spin from Shart, so it
Yeah.
must have landed fair right in front of the base, and then spun foul before it got to third base.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely landed fair, but I thought it still crossed over, but it must have. He clearly has a better angle than we do. Off to the left and foul. Over towards the batting cage, on top of the net. There hasn't been BP here for quite some time at Sparky Anderson Field because of the Cal Lutheran camp, so the players just hitting in the cages before the games. Big hole up the middle towards the second base side as the 0-2 pitch is on the outside corner. Strike three called. Second time Jacob Shart is down by way of the K.
That was one of the latest strike calls I've ever seen. It was for sure strike three. It was a great pitch by Humph, and we were all just waiting for it to be called, and it finally was.
Never let him know your next move, I guess. That's the sixth strikeout for Humphreys. In between innings, we were talking about what MLB hitter would you want on the plate. Josh, you give the situation. You're better at explaining these things. Bases loaded, 2 outs, down by 1, correct? 3-2 counter? No, not 3-2 count, but bases loaded, 2 outs, you're down by 1.
Yeah, just in a must-win game, bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, down 1 run. What MLB player would you want at the plate? I feel like Juan Soto is the pretty easy answer.
I agreed with Josh.
Yeah, so I was thinking it's between Yordan Alvarez, Freddie Freeman, and Juan Soto. Some guys might say Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, maybe Shohei,
Too
but
many strikeouts there. Not with Shohei necessarily, but a lot with Judge. As that's off to the left, foul on the bunt attempt.
that looks like a cutter? Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's got the profile of a cutter, and it kind of looked like a cutter.
2018 Mookie Betts would be a good answer, too. That was a really special aura that year. 1-2 pitch, fastball 89, missing up and away.
I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher grunt more than Ryan Humphreys.
He does it on every pitch, which is good for not tipping pitches.
100%.
So, because clearly if a guy's grunting on a fastball and he doesn't say anything for an off-speed pitch, it doesn't take Albert Einstein to figure out maybe a tendency right there. 2-2 is golfed into right field, and there's the first hit for the Saints and the first base runner. Falls in front of Lucas Danowitz. The string of 10 up, 10 down is broken as Easton Elliott's singles to right.
How did he hit that?
Whoa, what? That is on the ground. I said golf because it looked like a low pitch, but I didn't realize how low. That was really down.
It's a really good changer from Humphreys. Exactly, I'm sure out of his hand was like, oh, I might be getting my swing and miss right now. But Elliott got a bat on it and landed in a perfect spot.
I mean, right there, you just got to tip your cap. So now, for the first time today on either side, a runner on. On the ground behind the plate. Alex Bird's the on-deck hitter, going to retrieve that.
Burge started the showcase game for the South.
Runner goes at first, and the pitch is top foul over by the on-deck circle. That's another one of those changeups right in the dirt. Clearly getting a lot of chases.
It's not super common to see lefty-lefty changeups, but Hump has been throwing the changeup lefty-lefty more so than that breaking ball. He was relying on the breaking ball more earlier, but it's been the changeup as his primary secondary pitch this inning.
Elliott leads the Saints with 15 stolen bases, 90 team stolen bases, as Humphreys checks over after that attempt in the last pitch. The Oaks with just 62 stolen bases, but I gotta say, I'm sure I could check, but I feel like 90 would lead the CCL South. That's quite a bit. Still a pretty big lead over there at first for Elliott. And he goes and he got him picked off. Beltowski fires down to Chef. Chef in the rundown. He'll tag him out himself and erase the runner.
Fundamental baseball right there. Just play catch. Tanner Beltowski does a good job of something some first basemen forget to do, of picking a lane. Made sure he got on the inside of the base runner, and that way it didn't hit the back of the helmet or back of Elliott. And then Chef just running him back to the base.
And that's got to be frustrating. All you need is a runner, and your guy just goes out there and gets picked off like that when a guy's dealing. I mean, if I'm a coach, I'm making him run some polls after the game. I hated polls. The worst.
I don't think they run polls in Summer Bowl.
You know what's worse than polls, though? Have you ever heard of a bow and arrow?
It's just like the diamond or triangle.
Yeah, it's where you sprint from home plate to
Yeah.
up the left field line. No, you jog up to the left field line. You sprint across from left field to right
and then
field.
go to center and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bottom line. It sucks.
Yeah.
Really sucks. 1-2.
Good.
And a swing and a miss. How about 7 punchies for Ryan Humphreys through the first 4 scoreless innings? We head to the bottom half from Sparky Anderson Field. Bottom half of the fourth. It'll be the top of the order. The Oaks still looking for their first base runner. The Saints broke that curse. A single on a changeup in the dirt, it seemed, by Easton Elliott. As Jack Brooks shows the bunt, he gets it down, but it's right back at Lee. Fields it a couple steps to his right and fires in tie to get Jack.
I really like the idea from Brooks. No harm in laying a bunt down. Jack, really good bunter and fast base runner. It just doesn't work that time. We're a big fan of the bunt here with the Conejo Oaks.
Especially Trent. In the air to left field, pretty much straight away for Donnelly, exactly where he was placed. And he makes the catch, 2 outs on 2 pitches.
Speaking of the bunt, we were talking about it a little bit before the game, but it'll be really interesting to see once the Oaks play in a playoff game how different Coach Solis manages the game as far as those bunting situations, steal situations, because oftentimes with first and second nobody out this summer, the Oaks have really let their guys swing away. But maybe in a playoff game we might see them manage the game differently.
I mean, this is an offense that leads the CCL in a multitude of categories.
Which is why they let them swing away so much.
Yeah.
You can trust guys 1 through 9 and even a few guys that aren't playing. There's 13 guys.
Yeah, really deep lineup.
Yep.
Ooh, I think that hit Justin. It did. Got him in the jersey. Fastball running inside, and Ruben breaks up the string. He's the first base runner to reach.
It's not often you see 2 pitchers perfect through the first 3 innings. The Oaks finally snapped their streak in the bottom of the 4th after the Saints did the same in the top half.
Now Nick Leahy, the Oaks' hottest hitter, with a runner on. Still 2 outs in the inning, but as we talked about, the Oaks have had 2-out magic all summer long. First pitch, fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Given the last couple of days, this is the guy that you want up there.
All 6 of his hits were gap to gap, correct, yesterday?
Yep.
In the air to center field on the line, but caught by Conley at second base, ranging over towards the outfield grass. We head to the top of the 5th inning, scoreless from Thousand Oaks. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, middle innings, top of the 5th. Ryan Humphreys back out there. He's been dealing. I said he had 7 strikeouts. Check that. 8 My apologies.
Well, jumping from the 4th to the 5th inning, the scoreboard just jumped from 0-0 to 7-3. But we know it's still 0-0.
Four, five, six. Ryan Humphreys has faced the minimum because Easton Elliott got picked off. Shows the bunt is Joey Craig, but he takes ball 1. So he has faced everybody in order because of that pickoff, and just really shows how efficient he's been.
Nobody down in the Oaks bullpen but Coach Joe Garcia, who runs the bullpen. Looks like he's lingering towards the end of the dugout area.
Pitch 50 of the outing is upstairs for ball 2.
As an Oaks fan, you don't want to see anyone but Ryan Humphreys out there.
It's that time of the summer when all the starters are kind of stretched out and ready to go lengthy distances in a healthy manner. 2-0 pitch. Challenged right down the middle, but fouled straight back.
That's what Humphreys has been doing well today when he's fallen behind the count. 2-0. Just needs to groove a fastball in there and does so, getting a foul ball.
Fouled straight back toward Trent, and the count evens at 2. Craig struck out back in the 2nd. That's when Humphreys struck out the first 4 batters of his outing before getting Donnelly, who's on deck, to ground out to Jordan King at second base. But looking for his second strikeout, and that is it. Right at the top of the zone on the breaking ball. Second time Craig is down by way of the K, 9-0. That was actually a changeup. Thank you, Trent.
Yeah, it's a changeup from Humphreys that gets the top of the zone. Another late call from the home plate umpire, which is what causes the frustration for the Saints. Humphreys looking to become the first Oaks player to strike out double-digit batters this summer.
Line to left field. Carrillo going over, and it's out of his reach. It'll one-hop the wall. Heading to second base, Donnelly. A one-out double here in the 5th.
Josh Livingston.
So just like that, the game's first run, or potential run, staying on second base, and Joey Donnelly and Josh Livingston, who grounded out to Kang back in the 2nd, getting his second look lefty to lefty at Ryan. Runner goes at second, and the pitch is top foul over by the on-deck circle. Kind of a aggressive, risky run. I mean, 1 out is the time to do it when you're trying to steal third base, but the front door is open, and we've already seen a Saints player get caught stealing. And really what you need is any type of base runner with how Ryan has been pitching. So kind of risky, especially with the front door open.
I was thinking the same thing, but clearly felt comfortable enough given the timing of Humphreys to try to swipe that bag.
Time called at the plate. Long pause, and now fired, and it's lined over Chef in the left center field. Donnelly's being waved home. The throw from Brooks is going to second base. The first run of the game crosses, and the Saints are on top 1-0.
It doesn't feel right
Now
that Ryan
batting
Humphreys is
St.
losing
Louis
right now.
third baseman,
He's been dominant on the mound.
Adrian.
That's only the third hit that he's allowed.
It was a really good pitch, too. Looked like a changeup right on the down and outside corner. Or
Cutter.
cutter.
Yeah, that cutter slider that we're not 100% sure of. Good pitch. Just sticking the hands out, flipping it to left center field. Really good piece of hitting. And just really unfortunate for Ryan.
Well, back-to-back opposite field approaches from Donnelly and Livingston from the left side of the plate, and all you can do is tip your cap. Those are good pitches from Humphreys.
Well, that's what you got to do when you're lefty-lefty. You can't be trying to pull the ball.
Adrian Lopez fouls a fastball into George Baker's glove for strike one.
Still nothing doing in the Oaks bullpen. Be cool if we could see Humphreys go another inning. Not sure if we've seen an Oaks pitcher complete 6.
Check back, but Livingston is back standing.
Yeah.
Runner goes at first, but the pitch is slapped foul over way down the right field line. A lot of aggressiveness on the base paths for the Saints. It's kind of no wonder why they have 90 stolen bases.
A lot of green lights given on the bases. But a lot of caught stealings coming with that. We've already seen that once today.
Lopez was robbed of the first runners to reach base / hit of the game. Back in his first AB in the third, Jack Brooks made that amazing play in left center field, diving. 0-2. Backdoor, just off the plate. Looked really good on track, man. The count goes to 1-2.
Pitch did appear to be off the plate just a tad. George Baker tried to help out his pitcher, but didn't get the call.
Check back, and Beltowski lets it go off his glove. Livingston up to second base, and another runner in scoring position for Arroyo Seco.
Wasn't an awful throw. Not one that was good enough to pick off the runner, but wasn't offline or anything. Just Tanner's attempt to catch it, had his glove come up short and then kicked off of it.
Humphreys looks back at Livingston on second, fires the 1-2 way upstairs. Each of the last 3 innings has had 13 pitches for Humphreys, but this upcoming 2-2 pitch will be pitch number 13 of the 5th.
Well, get a 6-4 line double play.
Maybe it lives. We'll see.
Or maybe an outfield assist, fly out.
Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 10, double digits for Ryan Humphreys.
The first time we've seen an Oaks pitcher eclipse the double-digit strikeout mark.
Center fielder, number 3, Brew.
It's only the 5th inning. Heck of a job by Ryan. Need some help from the offense now.
Saints still threatening, looking to extend their lead. 1-0 here in the 5th. Crew McChesney going to try to score Livingston at second base. He shows to bunt, but pulls it back and takes strike one. Fastball at 88, right on the black, over the outside edge. Chesney struck out swinging back in the third, 0 for 1 on the day. And he takes at the top of the zone, strike 2. It seems that Humphreys is getting a lot more calls when left-handed hitters are at the plate that are a little bit off the plate than righties. And he's really starting to live on the outside part of the zone, noticing the tendency. It's what the great pitchers do. Big lead at second base for Livingston. A pickoff play, and it goes off his back. Now he's running for third base. His chef gets it to it in shallow left center field. Painfully so, Livingston heads up to third base, but now another run 90 feet away for Arroyo Seco. Of course, Humphrey's going to focus on the hitter, but it still is a little bit more inconvenient, as now a pass ball, wild pitch will definitely plate him.
Livingston a little shaken up.
Yeah, he's fired a fastball there, for sure.
Yeah. Nice job by Livingston to just bounce right up quickly and deal with the pain afterward. Sometimes we see guys just laying down on the ground in pain, but
I'm sure running it off helps the pain a little bit. But yes, definitely doesn't feel good to have a Ryan Humphreys fastball pelt you in the back. 0-2. Another 90. Ryan's fastest fastball has been at 91, his slowest at 85, so a 6-mile-an-hour difference. But he's been sitting usually around 88 to 89 this afternoon. Seen a couple 90s, and then that immaculate inning finisher was that 91. Really reached back, really wanted that one. But gonna watch strikeout number 11 here, and he'll get it. Fouls it back into George Baker's glove. He tosses the bat up, but cannot catch it because he misses it anyway. Strikeout number 11. We head to the top of the 6th from Spark Anderson Field, 1-0 Saints. Back here at Spark Anderson Field, bottom of the 5th, Oaks trail the Saints 1-0, looking to give Ryan Humphreys, who's been shoving, some run support. The starter, Trajan Lee, currently through 4 no-hit innings against Conejo. Yes, trying to jinx it. George Baker up there for the Oaks. Strikeout victim back into second. Getting his second look at Lee. Takes a backdoor pitch, apparently called a strike. Oh, 1, and it hit him. They're going to see if he went, I think. He did not go. George Baker, he did definitely get the hips engaged right there, but he did appear to keep the hands back. The second hit by pitch issued by Lee, as he's been banged up this game a lot. He had that wrist injury on that pop-up, stayed in the game clearly, and now he's walking over to first.
Aaron Milam not happy with the check swing call. Going to have a conversation with the umpire. It's always interesting how he refuses to cross the line, just walks to the third base line and then makes the umpire come to him.
Well, I did not think that George went. I thought that it was good that they checked because I could tell right away that it was a questionable, did he check his swing or not? But again, as I mentioned, Baker, a very active take. You talk about engaging the hips because when you hit, you always want to go hips first. You never want to have your hands first. He had the hips engaged, but he clearly held his hands back. It was relatively close, but I don't think that this is going to be a change in anything. Like, what are you supposed to ask the guy? What do you see? I saw him not swing. Discussion over. Like, I don't know what else they're supposed to be, right? And it's also one of those calls. There's actually no defined definition in the baseball rulebook on what denotes a swing or not. It's a judgment call. You know, you hear a lot of people call about breaking the wrist. That's actually not an official rule. That's just a term that has kind of emerged. It's the same kind of concept as tie goes to the runner. That's not an official baseball rule. That's just a term that's kind of come up. And at that point, it is a judgment call, same as the check swing call. Is it a swing or not? But a pretty lengthy discussion.
Yeah, it is very lengthy. They are explaining what they saw, it seems like. It's not a one-sided conversation. The umpire's talking to Aaron back.
I mean, but again, I don't know how this conversation could carry on for this long. Like, what is he supposed to be explaining right now besides I don't think he went? You know, you could say, well, it looked like the knob didn't go this far or that, but at the end of the day, it's... And now one of the umpires telling Jordan King to step back from the plate, issuing that this might be a little bit longer.
Yeah, they want to give a warm-up pitch to Lee.
Still talking about it over on the first base line. Umpire's foot right on the line. You hate to see it. I guess it's more of the players' thing, like don't step in the line. I guess umpires could do what they want, but you like to see the nice chalk stay untouched. At least I do.
I mean,
how is this going on for so long? Like seriously, like again, what I would be like, well, what happened? He didn't swing. Okay, let's go back to playing. A couple weeks ago, there were some ejections. I think 2 players on the Saints were tossed after chirping at Landon West on first base, but Milam finally heads back to the dugout after talking about pretty much nothing for 3 minutes straight. So we'll resume play.
the Oaks dugout gave sarcastic applause.
Kang also a strikeout victim back in his first AB in the second. And he takes high for ball 1. The Oaks with the team 270 batting average leads the CCL. 1-0 pitch. Right on the inside corner with the strike. Good fastball from Lee. And the count evens. Ball and a strike apiece.
Looks like it's Reagan Gale warming up for the Oaks in the bullpen. Could be replacing Humphreys.
2-1. Good lead by Kang. Always difficult. Those fastballs high, pretty tantalizing because it's close to the eye line. Tying run on first base and Baker, and he runs. The pitch is downstairs and Burge loses it. Stolen base for George Baker, and the Oaks dugout is going crazy.
They love it.
They really love it.
Anytime you see a catcher steal a base, fires up a team. Look at this.
That's actually stolen base number 2 of the season for George. But the cheer's still going on. As now tying run in scoring position, and the 3-1 coming up to Jordan. And Kang launches this one out to left center field. McChesney going back, and he'll have room, and it's dropped by the left fielder Donnelly. Jordan Baker up to third base, Jordan Kang to second base. A huge miscue. That'll definitely go down as an error as the left fielder Donnelly just whiffed on it.
Well, if you wanted to quiet down the Oaks dugout, that is not the way to do it. They are fired up.
Shortstop, number 25, Cooper Jeff.
How do you think those hit so well? So now a big meeting at the mound. Cooper Chef gonna hit with 2 in scoring position and nobody out. Oaks dugout still cheering. Scott Radinsky's waving a granola bar around like a rally towel.
Well, and right now for Lee, he's throwing a no-hitter, and right now the Oaks have 2 men in scoring position with nobody out.
Oaks with their biggest threat of the game right now with the help of Saints defense. Cooper Chef, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. And he lines this one out towards left center field. McChesney over toward the gap. Not going to get there. Baker will score. Jordan Kang is going to be stopped at 3rd by Parker. That doesn't matter. This game is tied at 1. First pitch swinging, and Cooper Chef plates George.
I mean, this is about as fired up as the Oaks dugout is going to get all year. Just started with the stolen base from Baker, who is coming off knee surgery. Fires up the dugout. He steals second, and then the drop pop-up in left field. They get even louder, and now they erupt after Cooper Chef ties the game.
So Tanner Biltowski, who gave it a ride back in his first AB, flew out to the 370 sign in right center field, 94 off the bat, looking for a little revenge as the Oaks break up the no-hitter. So the jinx lives, or the unjinx, I guess. Biltowski takes upstairs. Kang on 3rd with Shep on 2nd. 1 run already home, and the Oaks looking for some more. 1-0 pitch, fastball on the outside edge, but too far. 2-0.
These are the kind of moments that just remind you how much these guys want to win. Yes, it's summer ball, and they're here to develop and get better, but these guys do not like losing. And they also, it really just shows the camaraderie that the Oaks team has built this summer.
Yeah, the way that these guys interact, it looks like they've been friends for years and years. Tanner ahead 3-0. We'll see if he has the green light. 2 in scoring position. 3-0, and he's taken all the way, and he takes inside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk, and the screws are starting to come off for Trajan Lee. That's going to prompt a mound visit.
It's also going to start some action in the Saints bullpen. A left-hander getting loose.
That's the first walk of the day, but Lee has hit 2 players. There is a lefty warming up in the pen. Josh is getting the Saints roster because we, for some reason, don't have it up here with us. Josh. All right, so the mound visit does conclude. Lee is staying in this game. Looks like that was not only just to calm him down, maybe give a scouting report on Lucas Danielewicz, but also to give some more time in the bullpen. 40.
We shouldn't have even need to look at our roster sheet to see Andrew Wright warming up in the bullpen. Feels like he pitches every single time these 2 teams face.
Lucas Danielewicz with the bases loaded takes ball 1.
See, that's also the downside of that long Aaron Milam argument. That's probably part of the reason that the Oaks dugout is just as fired up.
And maybe some of the reason that, you know, Lee having a little bit of trouble because he had to kind of stand around for a while. So coach really not helping out his own player's case right there. He threw up some warm-up pitches. He only got like 2 out, but that was a 3-4 minute discussion basically on about nothing. It's not like the call is going to change. You can't contest that. 2-1. The Oaks dugout still very much so alive. Top of the order, Jack Brooks waits on deck. Daniel's lined out to center field. But the base is filled with Oaks and nowhere to put Lucas. 1 run home, looking for some more and looking to break this tie here in the bottom of the 5th. Lined out to right field. Craig going back over towards the warning track. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Kang. Chef over to third. The Oaks take the lead. Lucas Danielewicz plates Jordan on a sac fly. It's 2-1 Conejo.
Really good piece of hitting from Danielewicz. Knowing that he didn't need to do too much, just elevate the ball to the outfield. That's a fastball in the outer half, and Lucas drives it to the gap and down the right field line. Good play by Joey Craig, but more than deep enough to score a run.
And another visit, Craig or Burge going out. This is probably just some more time for the bullpen. It's just those two, pitcher and catcher, the battery for the Saints, and now the home plate umpire walking out there, presumably to break this up, but both Burge and Lee.
That's going to do it. That was just a stall.
Yeah. So it is a stall. You could see they were just looking in towards the dugout, so that'll do it for the starter, Trajan Lee, who's allowed 2 runs, one of which were earned here in the inning. We're going to step aside as Alex Wright's coming in. The Oaks on top, 2-1. Andrew Radin for seemingly the 100th time against the Oaks. We've seen a lot of him this summer. Jack Brooks going to go lefty to lefty with Cooper Chef on third base and Tanner Beltowski on first. Shows the bunt, and he gets it down back towards the mound. Chef coming home, no throw there. Brooks to first. It's an RBI. Trent loves it.
I do love it.
You just absolutely love to see it.
Now batting
A squeeze.
left fielder, number 4,
That's baseball for you.
Correa.
Oaks know every run is important. Ain't that right, Trent?
Third Oaks run of the game. 2 of those charged. 2 of those earned, I should say, but the starter Lee still responsible for Tyler Beltowski on second base. Austin Creo lefty to lefty. First pitch breaking ball downstairs 1-0. Carrillo 0 for 2, lined out to third and flew out to left in his first 2 plate appearances today. But a big RBI opportunity here. And he goes around there. Home plate umpire calls it himself.
The Oaks have 3 runs on 1 hit.
Huge.
It's productive baseball.
Front door breaking ball. Downstairs 2-1.
Cooper Chef had the RBI single, which is their only hit, and then I guess I don't know, double. And then sacrifice fly to right field, scoring a run from Danielitz, and sac bunt from Jack Brooks. It's fundamental baseball. Inside.
Lotowski on second for Carrillo. And a good hitter's count, the 3-1. And that misses outside, ball 4. A very not rare.
Carrillo and Burge getting each other's faces. We're going to have an ejection. Someone's going to get tossed. Bench is nearly empty, but good job by the umpires pushing both sides back.
Well, Burge was upset all inning, it seemed like. We've seen him jaw.
Yeah, Coach Solis is not happy.
Wait, so I wasn't looking. I was marking it down. What happened, Josh? You were.
The 2 of them, I don't know who started it, but they were both in each other's face. I think Austin just got thrown out. Maybe not.
But got to throw Burge out too then,
They were
right?
both. They were. If Burge didn't have a mask on, they would have been mouth to mouth. Austin's still at first base, so it looks like he'll stay in the game. Nothing happening. Everyone back to their dugout. Cooper Chef, John with the third baseman of the Saints a little bit.
Number 39, Justin Rubin.
Well, it looks like Carrillo was. No, that's Burge all the way. Carrillo was taking off his equipment. Like he was taking off his leg guard, and Burge was talking to him, leaning over to talk to Austin. You saw that, right, Josh? Like Carrillo wasn't even looking at Burge unless he was talking to him, because we can't hear clearly, as he was taking off his equipment. But usually if a guy wants to get in somebody's face, they're going to talk to you face to face, and Austin was clearly looking down as 2 on. Looking for revenge here, and Justin Rubin. Ball 2. Bouncing in. Changeup, it looked to be. 3-0. Nick Leahy waits on deck for the Oaks. The starter, Lee, still responsible for Beltowski on second, but Wright responsible for Carrillo on first, and clearly Rubin at the plate. 3-0. Taking all the way and taking inside, did appear to be in off the plate. Rubin gave a disappointed look at the umpire. I'm not mad, he's just disappointed for strike 1. 3-1, fouled off at the plate, and the count runs full. Tensions rising here.
Don't often see it in the CCL. I just feel like in summer ball in general.
Yeah, no. Both runners will be on the move. Payoff pitch cut up to Ruben. And he's taken ball 4 downstairs.
Ruben got out of the box quickly.
That throw was nice.
Batting for the Oaks, third baseman, number 21.
What's that bat from?
He threw the bat back.
So now Nick Leahy with the bases loaded. Bases loaded for the second time this inning. The Oaks' hottest hitter at the plate. The last man to hit for the inning. Or the only man who has not hit this inning. George Baker let it off, and he waits on deck. Two and 0. Fastball too high.
This is in Nick's wheelhouse right now. It's going to be an extra base hit to clear the bases.
Up the middle, into center field. From third comes Beltowski. Carrillo rounding third, heading for home. Ruben caught up between second and third. The throw goes to third. And it's 2 more for the good guys. 5-1 Oaks.
Leahy's just swinging the bat too well. You knew that if he got a pitch to hit there, he was going to be swinging and trying to rip it, hitting on a line to center field.
The Oaks have officially batted around.
Catcher, number 40, George Baker.
George Baker, who led off the inning with a hit by pitch, up for the second time. I don't know how to track pitches anymore. I'll leave that
Get beat.
Fastball missing downstairs, 2-0. Right, falling up behind a lot of hitters now. Big swing from Baker.
That was a healthy cut from George. He was trying to do damage on that pitch, as he should be, 2-0.
And he pops this one up high towards foul territory in the left side, but on top of the Oaks dugout.
This game has completely shifted in this inning. Scoreless through 4.
They're getting no hit before this inning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and going into the 5th, nobody had a run. The Saints played 1 in the top half and now 5 in the bottom.
As Baker fouls it off, Burge.
Baker checks on Burge right away to make sure that he's okay.
Just a check swing there from George.
I'm really shocked that nobody was thrown out.
Yeah, that was
Burge or Carrillo.
more action in the bullpen for the Saints. 2-2, breaking ball downstairs, 3-2. Another 3-ball count. The Saints scored 1 in the top of the inning, and the Oaks have answered back in a big way. So far, 5 runs and counting. Both runners on the move, the payoff. That is called strike 3. Whoa. An awful, horrible call to end the inning. We head to the top of the 6th inning, 5-1 Oaks.
We call him a
Back here, Ryan Humphrey's remarkable day is done. A day that started with an immaculate inning, striking out the first 3 hitters of the game on 9 pitches, 9 strikes. Humphreys is done. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. And 10 strikeouts. A pretty good day for the Conejo Oaks for Ryan, as the new pitcher is Reagan Gale, who we last saw against the San Luis Obispo Blues. Reagan pitched a scoreless inning and struck out 1 hitter, no hits. And he delivers a first pitch fastball right on the inside corner for strike 1 to Cam Conley. It was a very long 5th inning, the top and bottom half, specifically the bottom half. As Gale fires and sends one in the air to shallow center field. Over is Danielitz, but it'll be Brooks, the center fielder, calling him off and making the catch in shallow right center for out number 1.
As a member of the Oaks, anytime a ball's hit in the air towards center field, you just got to feel confident it's going to get caught. Jack Brooks, really quick out there in center field.
Jacob Shart takes ball 1. There's 92 from Gale.
great pitch.
It's a really good pitch at the top of the zone, but not getting the call. Gale, a fastball cutter splitter mix. Another pitch that's close, but this one also a ball. 2-0. I believe Reagan has gone 1 inning in every outing except for one time. Was that the game that Wexler exited with an injury?
Yep.
So kind of just the product of needing to ask more of guys. As this one is hammered.
Oh!
Diving stop by Beltowski at first. He tosses the Gale. What a play! That's why you do your PFPs. And Tanner Beltowski with an absolute thriller at first base.
Reagan Gale stops on his way back to the pitcher's mound just to thank Tanner. 98 off the bat.
Saints, shortstop.
One hop.
11,
Beltowski
Easton.
ate it up.
Your average 3-1 put out. That brings up Easton Elliott.
He's talking to the first base umpire about it, Beltowski.
Easton Elliott showed to bunt briefly, but pulled it back. Takes a strike. Another 91 from Gale.
Right on the corner.
Corner of Broadway. Oh, one pitch. I think he went. They checked no. It was a close one. Gale thought he got it. He's laughing at the mound. Looks like the cutter from Reagan. Good speed differential. Reagan's fastball anywhere from 89 to 91. Usually we've seen him top out at 92 as he did this inning, but cutter usually lower 80s, 83, 84, and it's a good speed differential to play off. 1-1 pitch is in the air to center field. Straight away for Jack Brooks. 5 steps to his right, makes the catch, and retires the side. A little easy. 1-2-3 for Gale. We head to the bottom half of the 6th. 5-1 Oaks. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field. Bottom of the 6th inning, Jordan King going to lead it off. It'll be 6, 7, 8. New pitcher.
Brady Nelson.
It's Brady Nelson. As Kang takes an 0-1 strike. Jordan 0 for 2 today. He did reach back in the 5th on an error by the left fielder Donnelly. Came around to score later. 1-2 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3.
It's a really good pitch. I'm not sure if we have it as a slider or a cutter, but either way, it's got really good movement, and foolish Jordan King.
Cooper Sheff with the RBI single. The first hit of the game for the Oaks back in the 5th. He plated George Baker. As he grounds this one the other way and past the dive of Conley into right field. Another hit, 2 hits in as many innings for Cooper Sheff.
He's been swinging it really well.
It's the 2nd time first pitch swinging. Really liking that early in the at-bat.
It's a confident hitter up there, Chef. You saw it yesterday, that single into the left center field gap. Also drove one to the wall in right center field, showing some of that oppo power. Just got caught on the warning track and right.
Tanner made that incredible play, the 3-1 put out in the top half of the inning. Fully extended on a 98-mile-an-hour one-hopper. Reagan Gale covered at first, and it was one heck of a job. Call it a hot corner for a reason. Sheff takes his lead off at first. Boltowski's only registered 1 at-bat this game. Walked in his most recent plate appearance, but as Josh mentioned, he flew out very deep to right center, right in front of the 370 mark in his first one, all the way back in the 3rd. Lucas Danielewicz waits on deck for the Oaks. Big lead for Sheff. They try to pick him off, but he's backsliding. Sheff, really big lead again. He runs on the 1-1 but stops as this one slapped off to the right out of play.
Sometimes it's hard to tell if players steal in second and they don't feel like they have a good jump and break it down, or if that was just a fake steal attempt. But by the way Cooper reacted, that did look like a fake steal. Just a couple of hard
he
steps.
Shut it down pretty fast. Another check on him.
Must not be the fastest move over to first base, given the lead that Cooper continues to get and feels comfortable.
Boltowski grounds one sharply but foul, third base way.
Bullpen catcher Mario Franco chasing it all the way down to the left field foul pole.
Getting some cardio on him with the gear on.
Yeah.
Not easy to run with it.
No, it's not, but no problem for Mario.
No. not at all.
Absolute stud.
We'll do it again, 1-2. Front door breaking ball somehow catches the inside corner for strike 3.
I feel like that call has been consistently a strike tonight. Yes, it might be a couple of baseballs inside or outside of the left-handed hitter, but for the most part, it has been called a strike.
Danowitz picked up an RBI in the 5th on a sac fly. As Chef runs on this fastball, and he is out at second base. Caught stealing to end the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-1 Conejo on top of Arroyo Seco. We head to the 7th, the later innings from Thousand Oaks. Back here, Reagan Gale for the second time this summer, going out for his second inning. He's facing Alex Burge. First pitch, fastball in the dirt. Home plate umpire asking Joey Craig to move over towards the on-deck circle because he wasn't really close to it. He was way off.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. Make sure you stay there. Makes a big difference.
Yeah. One-0, fastball fouled straight back. 2 fastballs to start this at bat.
It's the first time Alex Burge is up there since his interaction with Austin Carrillo. Reagan Gale's been living outside. Don't want to accidentally miss in.
Burge stands pretty close to the plate. There's a cutter, but it misses a little bit too high from Reagan.
The elite effort that we're getting right now from Connor Mullen running down to the bullpen. You just absolutely love to see it. He's going to take over down there for Joe or just let him know the new plan. Charlie Decker getting loose. Nearly hit Burge, just like we were talking about.
I was not high, though. It was by the shins. Fastball missing downstairs for ball 4. Burge avoids striking out for the 3rd time today with a walk.
Now batting for the Saints, right fielder, number 1, Joey Craig.
Gale's been really good with walks besides from that one outing that we've talked about. That was against the Saints back on June 9th. That was the one that he gave up 6 earned runs, and the Oaks went into that inning, I believe, leading 5-1, but it's kind of been the tale 5-2, but that's been what's plagued Gale as he fires this one in. It's line foul. But he's been really great this whole summer besides from that one game.
Yeah, we were talking about it in between innings for Reagan Gale because the CCL summer isn't too long. That one bad outing is a stain on his ERA for the rest of the summer. And it really makes his ERA look much worse than it is because other than the one blip, he's been a top 3 reliever for the Oaks.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
One out, one on for Joey Craig, the right fielder. Bouncing in. That was a spiked fastball from Gale. Good block by Baker to keep Burge on first. As it stands, the Oaks have scored 5 unanswered runs dating back to the 5th inning. They answered their 1 run in the top half of that from the Saints as Gale falls behind 3-1. 2 3-ball counts to start off the 7th for Reagan. Charlie Decker continues to warm up in the bullpen. 3-1 pitch, and that hit him super high up. Fastball at 89 by the top of his back.
Yeah, it looked like he got his shoulder area. That prompts a mound visit from Coach Solis.
Now batting for the Saints left fielder, number 17, Joey Donnelly.
So out comes head coach Dave Solis. And he's calling to the bullpen. Charlie Decker going to come in. Reagan Gale goes 1+. Responsible for the first 2 runners on base, but it'll be Chuck time from Sparky Anderson Field when we come back. 5-1 Oaks. The new pitcher, as mentioned, is Charlie Decker. Reagan Gale went 1+, but is responsible for Burge on second and Craig on first. Gale walked Burge and hit Craig by a pitch. So in comes Charlie Decker to face Joey Donnelly.
Yep. Trent, we call that a slider or a cutter?
2.77 ERA over 13 frames for Charlie. As this one's in the air to deep right field. Danielewicz going back, still going. He leaps and makes the catch. Another amazing defensive play by an Oaks fielder. Birds tags to go to third, but Danielewicz saved extra bases and more runs to come.
Gonna be honest with you, Max. Thought that ball was gonna be gone. Very surprised that that one stayed in the park.
I mean, me too. 92 miles an hour. We've talked about it to right field. A pretty good launch angle.
Now batting for the
Seems
Saints,
like that.
first
Those balls
baseman,
always have the distance, 348 feet.
Josh Livingston.
Cooper Chef wanted to initiate something after that deep flyout. He brought George Baker to the mound, and then the three of them, Baker, Chef, and Decker, had a brief discussion. Could have been about what first and third play they wanted to do.
Lefty to lefty with Josh Livingston and a first pitch fastball, 85. It's about as hard as it gets from Charlie, but right at the knees. Josh Livingston, 1 for 2. He picked up an RBI and a single back in the fifth. That scored the first run of the game and gave the Saints at the time a 1-0 lead as this bounces in, and a really nice job by Baker. Another catcher's run save right there.
Excellent job by George, sliding to his left to block a breaking ball. We know it's never easy to block any pitch, but specifically ones where you have to move to your right or left because you have to make sure you angle it yourself as well to keep the ball close. Baker does it perfectly.
The Oaks now 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone with the double play here. Here we go on the ground. Is short to second. Kane goes to second for 1. And
Oh, that's can't be allowed.
I think he took him out at second base. In come Coach Solis immediately. It looked like Craig at first slid straight into Cooper Chef.
Chef got taken out for sure. The question is, was Cooper to the left of the base, and did Craig slide into the base or slid into Cooper? The umpires are going to come together. Can't really tell live. See if you can see on the stream. Not sure if we're going to be able to tell.
We can't tell, really.
Can't tell. I was surprised King went to second, actually, with the 5-1 game. Long throw. Thought he was going to maybe get the shutout at first. There was really no chance to turn 2. And that could have just benefited the Oaks. A tough slide. Cooper 100% got taken out. We all saw it. It was just a matter of, was the slide directly into the base where Cooper was, or was Cooper off to the left and the slide was off to the left?
Well, the umpires are just talking together alone. No coaches out there. So it's going to be whatever they come to.
They're going to stick with the call on the field. The runner will be safe at first. The run scores.
So that'll just be a fielder's choice. That run will be charged to Reagan Gale.
Now batting for the Saints, third baseman, number 7, Adrian Lopez.
So Livingston picks up an RBI in the fielder's choice, his second of the day. Second RBI of the day, that is. And Adrian Lopez, who we mentioned earlier, leads the Saints in strikeouts. Was a strikeout victim back in the fifth. First pitch from Chuck misses a little bit out, maybe down. Dotted down and away right at the black at 85. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Ooh, just over the Saints bus.
Nobody throwing right now for the Oaks. There's someone sitting with bullpen catcher Mario Franco. Can't tell who it is, but I'm assuming he's going to be the next pitcher. Alejandro Hueso has been standing in the bullpen, but he's been down there since the 4th or 5th inning. Maybe the 5th inning.
Bouncing in, and that's going to get away. Livingston up to second base. That'll probably go down as a wild pitch.
Yeah, that'll be a wild pitch. Definitely in the dirt. Baker's been a brick wall back there. Really all summer, but that one gets away. The fact that Baker's still able to catch with 2 surgically repaired knees is really impressive.
In the air to right center field, Brooks going on into the gap. He will get there and make the catch shoulder width apart for out number 3. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. It's 5-2 Oaks. Back here, Lucas Danowitz going to lead it off in the bottom of the 7th. And he swings first pitch and sends it up the middle into center field. Another first pitch attack from the Oaks hitters and another base hit.
Lucas has had a lot of hard hit balls lately. That one 92 off the bat. Roped single to center field.
So now Jack Brooks picked up an RBI on a brilliant squeeze bunt. gets the call in the corner. I think he got a call there. Strike one.
Yeah, it was probably off by a little bit, but it's pretty consistently been a strike today.
Especially to left-handed hitters.
Indeed.
Check back over on Lucas, but he's back with a slide. Two stolen bases on the summer for Danielwitz. Breaking ball right down the middle for strike two. Kind of froze Jack. Definitely guessing something else. Austin Carrillo waits on deck. Nelson out of Arizona Western College. Two and two. Good spit by Jack. Not sure if that's a slider or a cutter. Called strike three. It's that spot we've been talking about today. Pitch about 2-3 balls off the plate, and Brooks goes down looking.
Well, we talk about it with umpires all the time. You just want to see consistency, and honestly, even though these pitches are missing off the plate, he's been really consistent giving that call.
So now Austin Carrillo back at the dish for the first time since that heated conversation with the catcher, Alex Burge, back in the fifth inning when he walked. So we'll see if anything funny happens here with Danielwitz still on first. His walk back in the fifth was the 26th of the season. It leads the Oaks by a wide margin, unsurprisingly. And we've talked about that throughout the entire summer, that trend.
This is Austin's first at-bat, right, since that incident?
Yep. They say he nods his head in agreement. Strike one. Check swing, and it's grounded softly to the left side. Lopez, the third baseman, picks it up and fires across for out number two. Danielwitz up to second base, but now 2 outs in the inning for Justin Rubin.
Now batting for the Oaks, designated hitter, number 39, Justin Rubin.
Poor Kyle. Oh, no. He's getting flamed downstairs. Our goated PA guy just had a voice crack on the name. That is brutal.
Kyle's been a star all summer, but you just got to worry about the other interns down there letting them hear it. Justin Rubin swings and lines this one up to center field, and it bounces in front. Danielwitz getting waved. The throw from McChesney, not in time. Lucas crosses it 6-2 Conejo. Another first pitch swing from the Oaks hitting.
Now batting for the Oaks,
Really good swing by Justin. Although I do believe that throw in from center field was supposed to be cut off. Livingston, the first baseman, tried to cut it off as they would have had Rubin dead to rights at second base, but it was just a bit too high.
And Rubin, with the smart base running, takes second base on the throw. So now Nick Leahy, who singled an RBI home back in the fifth. A lot of Oaks players getting in on the action today. First pitch breaking ball at the knees for strike one.
Leahy's just stayed hot at the plate. A couple really good swings today. a few really good swings.
92 on the single up the middle back in the 5th. That's the exit velocity. Thought about it, but he's able to check his swing. 1-1. Fastball missing outside, 2-1.
Good take.
Rubin on second, 1 run home for the Oaks, 3 balls and a strike, the count.
Trent, big fan of the tee. We had a little Michael Jackson tee in the dugout. It was just the timing of it really got to Trent.
I didn't hear it, so I was like, what is Trent laughing about? Got me going. 3-1 pitch, misses outside, ball 4. Fastball not catching the corner. Nick Lee, he draws a walk. The second time he's aboard. So this will bring up George Baker. 0 for 2, but he scored after being hit by a pitch. He was the only member of the Oaks to hit twice in the 5th inning. The Oaks batted around, but made the third and final out of that frame. Two on for George. 6-2, the Oaks on top of the Saints. Backdoor breaking ball in there for a strike. I want to see George get into one right here. We saw that big swing on 2-0 in his last AB. As he takes another big hack there.
Right now, there are a couple of kids, Oaks fans, standing right outside the Oaks dugout playing rock, paper, scissors with Coach Solis. It's pretty awesome to see. Coach Solis, just great guy, really friendly. And
he's a people guy. Yeah.
Definitely a people person.
Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll do it for the Oaks. They do get one. Justin Rubin plates Lucas Danielewicz on his RBI single. 6-2 Conejo on top of Arroyo Seco. We head to the 8th. It's getting late from Sparky Anderson Field. Top half of the 8th. Oaks on top of the Saints, 6-2. Charlie Decker going back out. It'll be 8-9-1 crew, McChesney, Cam Conley, and Jacob Shart. As this first pitch is popped up towards foul territory on the right side, but it'll keep drifting over. McChesney 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs, struck out swinging both times. Both times were against the starter, Ryan Humphreys.
McChesney actually getting pinch hit for. This is Nicholas Lazara. I was going to say that I guess McChesney flipped over to the right side. I thought he was a left-handed hitter.
Oh, like a switch?
Yeah, so noticed he was a left-handed hitter, then checked the number and realized he's a pinch hitter, Nicholas Lazara.
One pitch is in the air to left center field. Carrillo is over and there to make the catch for out number 1.
Ball was hit hard. 92 off the bat. But stayed up just enough for Austin to make the play.
Number 5, Cam Conley.
But it is Cam Conley. Grounded out to Cooper Sheff at shortstop in the 3rd and flew out to Jack Brooks to begin the 6th, and he sends this one out to Brooks in left center, and it'll fall. He does dive for it, and unable to make the play that time. It will be a base hit for Conley on the first pitch of the AB.
How did Jack Brooks end up even close to
Now
that?
batting for the Saints designated hitter.
I don't know.
14, Jacob.
I didn't even think he was in the ballpark. I was looking at Austin, and then all of a sudden Brooks dove, tried to make a play, couldn't get there.
So a runner on for the top of the order, Jacob Shart, and he takes a big hack at a breaking ball from Chuck.
Favorable, a couple of favorable lefty-lefty matchups coming up for Chuck.
The 0-1. Checked his swing, but he's able to lay off. Shart has struck out twice in this game, both times looking.
Good pitch. Oof. Charlie getting a little squeezed on that fastball. It's been a strike all day.
Conley on first, and the 2-1 pitch is on the hands and popped into shallow right center field. Kang is there, but it's going to fall in no man's land. First to third action for Conley, and an unlucky 64-mile-an-hour bloop for the Saints.
That's so unlucky.
Things you hate to see.
Unless you're a Saints fan.
Now batting
Who's
for
a
the
Saints fan? Let's be honest.
shortstop, number 11.
A lot of people in Pasadena and New Orleans too.
You know Drew Brees? I mean, I'm from San Diego. He grew up, he's from San Diego. His kids go to a high school right by my house, but I one time was at Denny's and I saw Drew Brees because he was having breakfast at Denny's.
He's real for that.
Cool story, Max.
Denny's is good.
Thanks, bro. Was that not interesting?
Denny's over IHOP. Denny's is like late night food.
Trent says IHOP is better than Denny's, but Denny's is late night food, and
Yeah.
really good take right there by Trent.
Everything
actually.
that's ain't just.
Wow.
It-
Wow.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Out
Couldn't
of
have said
left
it better
field-
myself,
Out of
Trent.
left field, Trent comes out with one of the best takes we've heard all day.
Trent, now can you ask for a double play ball?
I can see it.
If it doesn't happen, this is your fault, though, Trent. 0-1. Shows the bunt at the plate. Baker picks it up, but it's in foul territory.
That's an interesting time to bunt. Down 4 runs in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was giving himself up. Was going to be a bunt for a hit attempt, but still an interesting time to showcase it.
Check back at first base. Shart is back standing. What do you get from Denny's, Josh?
Probably a lot of stuff.
I like their tenders. They have good fries. I like
What?
their moons over my hammy sandwich.
Oh,
In the air to center field, and it's going to fall for a hit. From third comes Conley, and the Saints have cut the lead in half. Why, you strictly breakfast guy from there? I'm weird. I can go there at 8 a.m. and get the chicken tenders.
Now batting for the Saints.
Big chicken tenders
catcher,
guy.
Number 2, Alex Bird.
What about you, Trent? What would your Denny's be?
My Denny's ordering? As long as I get hash browns, I'm happy.
As long as he gets hash browns, he's happy.
I really like hash browns.
They do have good hash browns. I like their French fries though. Like, I like the ridges in them. I don't know if that's a stupid reason to like them, but it just works for me. Here's Alex Burge, and he swings and hits this one in the air to left center. It'll be in front of Carrillo for a hit, and a big stop sign at third base for Jacob Shart. But all of a sudden, the bases are loaded for the Saints. The tying run is on first
Now
base.
batting for the Saints, right fielder. Number 1,
Better when I have it.
Joey.
We were doing better when we were not talking about Denny's.
here comes Coach Solis, probably to get Charlie Decker with Alejandro Hueso
And he
warming up.
points to the pen. That wasn't his left hand, but I mean, I'm sure he was just pointing to the pen.
It's going to be a 5-out save opportunity for Alejandro.
So Charlie Decker's day is done. He leaves responsible for all 3 runners on the base pass. It's 6-3 Oaks here with 1 out in the 8th inning. Pitching change. Hueso coming in. Well, just like that, the tying run is on first base for the Saints, and the go-ahead run at the plate in Joey Craig. The Oaks lead has been cut in half at 6-3. Conejo on top of Arroyo Seco. And Alejandro Hueso going for the 5-out save tonight. He fires a first pitch fastball right in the outside corner for strike one. Oaks looking for something on the ground to turn two. As this bounces in, good block by Baker. Another one of those. Run saved. I'm surprised. How is catchers run saves or some sort of stat like that not even like a stat that's easily shown up like on a baseball page, especially for a catcher? Trent's got an answer. Well, we'll talk to you guys about it when we get that.
So there's a stat called blocks above average.
1-1. Fouled off to the right out of play. So Trent, there's a stat called blocks above average.
Blocks above average stat on StatCast that is like based around how hard a pitch is to block, I think, like based on location.
But does that track?
Not directly relate to a run because there's not always a runner at third.
Yeah.
So by just being a better blocker is good. You know, like Adley has 12 more blocks above the average.
Yes, he did.
As he went around, he gets sorted by Hueso. Basically, what we were talking about when you couldn't hear what Trent was saying was blocks above average is a stat that measures how difficult blocks are, but it does not necessarily track a run because there's not guaranteed that runs could be on. So clearly, I guess I could see why it's not a stat because, you know, if you tend to have a better catcher run save stat, that means that there tends to be more runners on, and you can't standardize that across all catchers. So it's just kind of it's kind of the eye test, I guess you could say, how good a catcher is at limiting the damage. But Joey Donnelly in there, doubled back in the fifth inning, 1 for 3, I should say, on the day. And he takes the first pitch fastball just downstairs for ball one.
Got to bear down right now if you're Alejandro.
Amen.
Picked up the strikeout, but can't relax.
Big hitter at the plate. Big task ahead of him. Slapped foul off to the left, out of play.
It was Donnelly who drove that one out to the right field wall that Lucas Danielewicz made the jumping play on. That was a nasty changeup. Throw it again.
That was filthy.
I'll throw it again. Same spot. He's shaking a few times.
Alejandro has what he wants. Here's the 1-2. Got him swinging. Hueso comes in and strikes out 2 batters. He cleans up the mess, and the Saints leave him loaded. 6-3 Oaks. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Back out here in Thousand Oaks, bottom of the 8th. The Oaks' last chance offensively. They're facing Brady Nelson still. And Jordan King swings and misses through a slider, cutter, something like that. We're still not entirely sure. King chops this one foul, third base way. Nelson quickly jumps ahead of Jordan, 0-2. Big helicopter flying over the field.
This looks like a military helicopter.
They have dual propellers. One in the front, one in the back. One-two pitch is fouled into Burge's mitt, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the 7th for Nelson.
Now batting for the Oaks. Shortstop, number 25, Cooper.
There are a couple guys down in the Oaks bullpen just sitting down. Nobody warming, so you have to assume Alejandro will go out to begin the 9th. But we did see Jack Holland throwing a bit. Could be a situation where Huezo's out there in case he gets in trouble. Holland will be emergency.
I'm sure as the CCL playoffs near that some guys might be under a pitch count just to make sure that everything is as to plan.
You definitely don't want any guys getting hurt at this point. Especially as we get closer and closer to their collegiate seasons beginning.
On the ground, softly to shortstop. Elliott on the run, fires across for out number 2.
Elliott's really good out there at short. Actually earned himself Defensive Player of the Game honors in the CCL Showcase game last Wednesday. On a play very similar to that. It was kind of hard to pick in that game a defensive player. There weren't many standout plays, but with first and second and 2 outs, there was a ball in the 5-6 hole, similar to that one that Elliott made a nice play on the run, which gave him the nod for Defensive Player of the Game.
Now Tanner Beltowski for the 4th time today. Takes strike 1. Beltowski has worked some lengthy plate appearances. He walked back in the 5th, but has made pitchers work in all his ABs. Here's the 0-1. And he swings and pops one up to shallow center field, pretty much straight away for Crew McChesney. He takes a couple steps to his left and makes the catch for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Oaks here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 6-3. Closing time, Huezo back on the bump. Final 3 outs. Alejandro Hueza going for the 5-out save. He struck out the last 2 hitters of the 8th inning after coming in relief for Charlie Decker.
This will be the first multi-inning save for Huezo if he's able to complete it, but not the first multi-inning save for an Oaks pitcher. Daniel Orozco had a 4-out save. I believe that was actually down in Pasadena against the Saints.
As he blows this one by Josh Livingston. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Livingston, Lopez, and Lazara. Blows it by him again, 87 on the corner. A 1-for-3 day with 2 RBIs for Livingston, a single back in the 5th, and then picked up an RBI on the fielder's choice in the 7th. But Huezo ahead, 1-2, looking to strike out 3 consecutive hitters, dating back to the 8th. And he does, an absolute sword.
89 from Huezo. And it's definitely got to feel harder. Something that I've noticed from Huezo's fastball. He can be 86, 87. Right now he's 89. But he's got really good carry on that pitch. And it makes it seem like it's harder.
That was a terrible at-bat from Livingston. Just super uncomfortable. Really nice job by Alejandro all the way around. So now Adrian Lopez, we mentioned the leader for the Saints in strikeouts. He's struck out already once today, and Hueza looking to make it 4 straight. Huezo's strikeout in the 8th when he came in of Joey Craig was the first strikeout for Oaks pitching since Ryan Humphreys. Reagan Gale and Charlie Decker did not strike out a batter. As this one has popped up a mile high, but over our heads and foul. Strike 2.
It's a great location on a cutter. Change it? Yeah, it has the profile of a changeup, but kind of looked like cutter.
On the ground left side, Chef plays out on a high hop, fires across, 2 down.
Good job by Cooper reading the hop there at shortstop. Played it deep in the hole, but knowing that he's a strong arm and good awareness of the base runner. Makes the long throw across. Oaks 1 out away.
So now Nicholas Kia O'Connor get a pinch hit, so Lazar just got the 1 at bat. And he's the last hope for the Saints. Ball 1 off the plate. Close pitch. That's been called frequently tonight, but not right there. Tuno. That misses high, fastball upstairs, and the count runs to 3 balls and no strikes to the number 8 hitter O'Connor, pinch hitting for the first time this game. Cam Conley waits on deck. 3-0, he's taking all the way, of course, but he takes right on the inside corner.
Just keep challenging him.
Some breathing room. 6-3 lead for the Oaks. 3-1. I believe hit him for ball 4. Or, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Either hit him or didn't. Either way, it's ball 4. He's inside.
Now batting for the Saints, second baseman.
O'Connor was shocked. I don't know if you heard him. I don't know.
Conley.
As the ball was coming in on him. He's got good run, so didn't realize how far inside it was, I don't think.
Cam Connolly's 1 for 3 today, getting his 4th look. Grounded out to Sheff in the 3rd, flew out to Brooks in center in the 6th, and singled in the 8th. Runner goes at first. It'll be a defensive indifference, but it doesn't matter as that is fouled off to the right.
Oaks dugout is on their feet.
Saints dugout sitting down. There goes O'Connor. The pitch is fouled off again.
O'Connor has to go back again.
Just getting some more steps in.
He's running suicides out there.
Three strikeouts in relief for Alejandro Huezo. Looking for number 4 to end this one.
Show you how confident the Oaks are in Huezo right now. Jack Holland, who's been down in the bullpen and is an emergency. Oh, it's actually It's actually Daniel Orozco, who's down there in case of emergency. He's coming back to the dugout.
On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Alejandro Huezo gets his 4th K of his outing. But the bigger story, the Oaks win this one 6-3. And an amazing performance by the starter Ryan Humphreys, who most certainly wins player of the game nods. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, but 10 punch-outs. And, oh yeah, he threw an immaculate inning to begin this game in the 1st inning. 6 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for the Oaks. 3 runs on 7 hits and an error for the Saints. The Oaks continue their dominance over Arroyo Seco this season, and they keep inching closer to clinching that 1 seed in the bye, straight to the division championship in the CCL South. We want to thank you for listening. For everybody on behalf of the Conejo Oaks, Josh Mechanic, Trent, I'm Max Schwartz for saying thank you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.